All right, guys, I've been waiting for this moment. I finally, in my hands, have a bottle of Mugler's Amen Stellar. Well, I should say, I haven't opened it up yet, but I just got it delivered, and we're going to do a first impressions unboxing first, of course. And I've been waiting for this since I did my video for Angel Stellar. I shot that video in Europe. I think I was somewhere in Austria. But I had sampled it and I enjoyed it at an airport, and I bought it at an airport because it smelled so great. I haven't got my nose on Amen Stellar yet, and I'm going to get my nose on it for the first time here on camera, and I'm excited for this. So if you're curious to learn about this new fragrance from Mugler, one I've got high hopes for them, please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's Sebastian talking to you about the latest Mugler Amen Flanker. Used to be called Angel Men, actually. Are you guys a fan of this series? You know, Mugler's Amen was one of my very first Gourmand loves. Although I wouldn't call it like the Gourmands that we're familiar with these days. But it was Gourmand leaning for sure, with a lot of woods and earthiness and aromatics and spices. So I've bought a lot of the flankers here and there. And of course, in the late 2010s, there was the Clarence group who distributed Mugler with Azzaro, decided to sell it off, and they wanted to just focus on their own brand, Clarence, which is great skincare, by the way, but they also have some great freshy fragrances. And since then, I've been a bit underwhelmed with Mugler. So last year, they launched Amen FANTASM, and this year, it's Stellar. And both Angel and Amen Stellar were a bit underwhelming for me, with Angel Stellar, Angel and Amen Phantasm were a bit underwhelming for me. And I felt like Amen Phantasm was a bit weak, wasn't a loud fragrance, with Angel Phantasm being a bit stronger. But since sampling Angel Stellar and really loving it, and also appreciating its strength and intensity, I have high hopes for Amen Stellar now. So it's a 2025 launch. It's Eau De Parfum concentration. This is considered an amber gourmand according to the Mugler website. And get this, it's 100 ml for $115. So it's not as expensive as a lot of other designers are charging for their fragrances for an Eau De Parfum concentration men's designer 100 ml fragrance. So this is a great deal, I think. And if it, doesn't disappoint, I think it's going to be worth it for you guys to check it out. And last thing I want to say, it's created by Givaudan Perfumers, Louise Turner and Jacques Huclier. And if you guys don't know Jacques Huclier, he created the very first Amen. And he's created all of the flankers down the line. Most of them, not all. Because there was Canton Biche doing a few. One of them was Pure Tonka. And I believe he did Amen Sun. I'm losing my mind right now. But I recently got a bottle of Pure Tonka gifted to me by a collector who was getting rid of it. I was very happy. I know he did that one. And then I believe he did the orange one, which I think he might have even done Crypto Mint. But let's go ahead and open this up right now and see what it's all about. I'm very, very excited. $115. So what happened was I actually ordered this fragrance from a company internationally, but I think the package got lost. And I don't know, I've never had a package get lost before. And I ordered that like around the 10th of April. So it's been over a month that I've been waiting for this fragrance. It never came. So I had to file a dispute with American Express because I use my American Express for any problems that might come up. They can investigate it and all that good stuff. And then one of you guys told me that it's on the Mugler website finally. So I ordered it from the Mugler website. So here it is. It's the box. And yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be great. But according to the Mugler website, it has notes of bergamot and lavandin for top notes. By the way, Mugler, you got to change your spelling of lavandin. It's written lavandin, unless there is such a thing as lavandin, but I looked it up and there is nothing. So lavandin is what the note should be here, I believe. So top notes, bergamot and lavandin. Heart notes, pistachio. Base notes, amber, coffee, rum, cognac, woody accord. Some databases say different things. I took these notes down directly from the Mugler website. Just wanted to make sure. And again, $115 for this. I think it's a great price. Suggested retail, most likely it'll go down at the discounters less. I think it's a great price, and you know, 115. You're not finding a lot of designer fragrances 100 ml suggested retail price for 115 anymore. So here's the bottle. So this theme is kind of bluish. I'll show you the color of the juice for Angel Stellar. Man, I can smell the pistachio and that kind of creamy kind of pistachio cream. It's so strong here. And the thing is, it kind of leaked out of the bottle as well, as you can see right there. But as I mentioned in a pistachio video, this doesn't lean very feminine. Yes, it's Gourmand, and if you consider Gourmands to be feminine, then this might not be it for you. But if you're used to wearing niche fragrances, most of them are unisex, and their Gourmands are unisex, then I think you would enjoy Angel Stellar. But let's go ahead and try this. I'm very, very looking forward to it. And again, I haven't got my nose on it yet. I got my nose on the Angel Stellar at an airport that bought it right away. And since I shot my review and aired it, I've been waiting to get my nose on this. I'm smelling it, not so strong. So for me, the coffee is quite strong. But once again, it's not a loud fragrance like the FANTASM. As far as smell goes, I don't know. This one is going to have to be worn on skin. So what I'm going to do is going to put the fragrance on, give you my thoughts. I'm going to pause the video. I'm actually going to go to dinner and then come back and shoot the rest and see how long this fragrance lasts on skin. But one more sniff here. It doesn't have the strength of Angel Stellar. Absolutely doesn't. This is kind of on the weak side, sadly. And the coffee is very, very strong. It's almost like what's really strong for me up top is the boozy notes and the coffee together. It's almost like one of those Irish coffees that they have here at the Buena Vista without the cream on top. Just a combination of coffee and booze together. So let's see on skin how it wears. Let's do this. I'm going to dinner, by the way. It's a designer. I don't think it's going to be that strong. So it's a bit better on skin. So first off, Amen FANTASM had the patchouli note. This one doesn't, and you can totally tell it doesn't because it doesn't smell like patchouli whatsoever. So there's woods under there. I'm not getting pistachio whatsoever either, and that's in the heart notes. So what I'm getting up at the top are a lot of the coffee and the boozy notes, as I said, and those are in the base notes. So those are, if I'm picking those up top, those are the most dominant notes for me. Also, the fact that there's amber here, so there's an ambery touch mixed in with the coffee and the boozy notes. And of course, the woody accord that they have in here. Now, would the woody accord have, you know, like patchouli mixed in? Most likely, because patchouli is considered a woody note. And I'm smelling it again. There might be a few little traces of it for me. I'm getting it, but it's not necessarily like the patchouli in Angel Stellar or even the patchouli in Amen Stellar. So far, this one's a bit disappointing for me, unfortunately. The pistachio is not so strong. And it's not a very exciting fragrance, sadly. But as I said, I'm going to pause the video and, you know, go to dinner and then come back and share my thoughts. And I'm also going to do some comparisons with the Angel Stellar and then also pull out Amen FANTASM and Amen FANTASM and Angel FANTASM to see some differences and similarities as well. So we'll pause the video now. Okay, this fragrance is shockingly close to the skin. And even though I sprayed 4 or so sprays on each hand, then I put on my sweater to head out to dinner. But before I head out, I spritzed myself a lot with Amen Stellar. And I asked the people I was dining with if they can smell the fragrance on me, and they said they couldn't smell the fragrance on me. And I can't smell the fragrance on me. I have to like really put my nose to my hand and really try and smell. And it's got a very muted quality for it. Really, really close to the skin and very light. And again, I oversprayed. I sprayed so much on. And unfortunately, it's just so close to the skin and not big at all. In fact, I feel like it's much smaller or like closer to the skin and not so, I mean, I guess the word would be subdued. It's like just trying to come out, but nothing comes out. So I would say it's even weaker than Amen Phantasm with the Amen Stellar. So I was trying to search for the pistachio note in this. I got one whiff of it really quick and then it disappeared. I couldn't get it much at all. And for me, Amen Stellar seems to be mostly about the amber, the coffee, rum, cognac, and woody accord. So for me, it's mostly a base notes fragrance. Hardly got any pistachio, maybe some light traces of bergamot and the lavandin that's on up top. Or it could be that they're blending so much with what's really dominating in the base notes, and so you couldn't really pick those up. I couldn't, at least not on my hands. Now this might change after I wear it, but this is my very first experience. If a brand like Mugler is trying to sell a fragrance, wouldn't they want it to be a bit bigger? I mean, it smells pleasant. I'm not saying this is like one of the best smells I've ever put my nose on. My reaction is negative. I might have not bought this if I smelled it in my travels, but I bought Angel Stellar right away because it smells quite delicious. It's really great, and also it's pretty big for an Eau De Parfum in a designer world. It acts big, it smells great, the notes and the combination of the notes come alive. It's vanillic, it's creamy nutty, it's patchouli. And that's another thing with Mugler's Amen Stellar. There's hardly any traces of patchouli. I think while the fragrance was settling down, I might have gotten a little bit of a combination of all the notes with a maybe hint of the patchouli. But I didn't get any DNA of the original fragrance. Whereas with Mugler's Angel Stellar, I kind of got a DNA because it did have that patchouli in there. But unfortunately not with the Amen Stellar. So Amen Stellar is created by one of the main perfumers, Jacques Huclier. He also has created with Louise Turner the Angel Stellar. They did such a great job with Angel Stellar, but why are they kind of going on the weak end for the weak side for the men's fragrances? Again, when I reviewed Angel Phantasm with Amen Phantasm, I mentioned that Angel Phantasm was a bit stronger in comparison to Amen Phantasm, but in this case, Angel Stellar is so much more potent than Amen Stellar. Now, this could be these have not aged yet. Maybe the bottle needs to sit and, get beefier, which is what I thought might happen with Amen Phantasm, but sadly it didn't. It's still kind of on the weak side. It didn't kind of beef up and become much more intense, and it makes for a very, very disappointing experience with Amen Stellar, unfortunately. Whereas I was very excited with Angel Stellar, and I thought this might be something kind of as good as that, but now I'm actually a bit more disappointed than Amen Phantasm with Amen Stellar. There's no patchouli, and the DNA of the original fragrance is not there, so they're giving us something completely different that doesn't have anything to do with Amen, the actual Amen Stellar. So it's a bit disappointing. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to spritz it on again. I've washed my hands after dinner, and I started reshooting the video around 3.5 hours later. So it's been on. But the thing is, here's the thing. I know I spritz on a lot on my hands. After eating dinner and washed my hands, I can still smell the fragrance on, but what's lacking with this fragrance is the projection. There's no projection whatsoever. It doesn't project. It just sits very close. But after washing my hands 3.5 or so hours later, I can still smell a little trace of this. But once again, it's so damn close to the skin. And it's quite faint now too. So it's just almost gone. But I can kind of get an idea of what I remember spraying here in Amen Stellar. And again, this is a brand new fragrance. I don't get any connection to the Amen DNA. And also the fact that they're promoting Pistachio, the Pistachio didn't come out much. Again, as I said, I got a whiff of it once, and after that I didn't. But let's go ahead and spray this a little bit and kind of go back to talking a little bit more about it, but also wanted to, the first spray seems a bit like it's got a kind of a weird paint-like synthetic smell. And I think it's because of the booziness and the coffee that's combined together. The other thing I should say, I've smelled plenty of Mugler fragrances that features coffee. I even have a bottle of pure coffee. The coffee in this doesn't smell like the coffee in that fragrance. The coffee in this is new. Again, this fragrance seems very new, whereas with Amen Phantasm, I got a bit of the DNA of the original Amen fragrances here. This doesn't smell anything like any Amen I've smelled. So it is a brand new fragrance. But once you get past these, I think some people are not so necessarily into louder, bigger fragrances that project and leave a sillage kind of fragrances. This would satisfy. I would say this doesn't smell, although I think this Amen Stellar does smell like a lot of, to me, it smells like a combo of something that I've smelled before and something kind of more original in the designer world. But on the very synthetic side. And I think the coffee booze combo is giving me a very, almost like paint, spray paint or something in that kind of way, which is a bit unpleasant. And yeah, it's a bit unsatisfactory. Yeah, the pistachio comes through a little bit, and that's basically it. I just picked it up the second time I smelled it, but it's pretty faint. There's not much pistachio here. Just the coffee, the rum, the cognac, and amber, and the woody accord are pretty dominant. They're pretty much dominating. So again, I'm a little disappointed with Mugler, but I feel like they gave us a winner this time with the ladies' fragrance, Angel Stellar. Not only does it smell great, it does have a little bit of the DNA of the original Angel. Plus, it's got some beefiness and heft to it. I'm totally down with this fragrance. And I think if you haven't tried it yet, please try it. This is not going to remind you of the original Angel. It's not. It's a new take on it, a more pistachio take on it. And if you love the idea of pistachio and you love the idea of the Angel DNA, I think this is totally worth checking out. I think Louise Turner and Jacques Huclier did a really great job with this, getting it really close to the original DNA of the original Angel, because originally Angel was created by Olivier Cresp, but they both did these together, and they did such a great job with Angel Stellar, and a very disappointing job with Amen Stellar. Anyway, just a few more words about these two fragrances. I don't hate these fragrances. The ladies is more on the tropical fruity side with a bit of the DNA of the original Angel. I think they were getting their feet wet when they did these. This was after a while when they came out with this duo. And I think between the two, Amen Phantasm and Amen Stellar, I do prefer Amen Phantasm. But once again, both of them are so weak and light smelling. Just give us some more beef, please. Come on, Mugler, you can do it. And I give him credit for giving us Eau De Parfums. These are both Eau De Parfums. And they used to give us Eau De Toilettes. The very first men's Eau De Parfum was Amen Phantasm. So I'm happy they did it. But they didn't go all out and give us something hefty and big and beefy, which I'm hoping that they will do eventually. And I don't know how popular Amen Stellar is going to get. And I should ask you guys, have you gotten your nose on Amen Stellar? Are you a fan of this line? Is it already kind of passé with this line? Is it kind of done because they waited so long to come out with new fragrances? Let me know your thoughts if you're still a fan of Mugler. You know, I do like the price point on these, especially the men's. The men's is pretty nicely priced. Again, if you find it at a discounter, you're probably going to pay around $80 once these go. So I think that makes for a good fragrance. But the problem is it's not very loud. It's not very beefy. And that's the problem with it. But again, I give them credit for doing such a great job with Angel Stellar. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. I know I went on a bit longer, but Mugler line is one of my favorite lines. This is one of the reasons why I started doing YouTube reviews. And they used to launch such great fragrances. All of their fragrances used to be so different than other designer fragrances. That's what I liked about them. They were also leaning gourmand. And once the changeover happened from Clarins Group to L'Oreal, I was disappointed. And still, I'm pretty disappointed with what they've launched. Very happy with Angel Stellar. And I'm hoping the next one they launch, they're going to give us something intense. Maybe they're going to do like an elixir or an absolute or a parfum, which, you know, this line deserves. Because, you know, if they can do such a great job with Angel Stellar, I know they could do such a great job with Amen Stellar, especially since the original, the OG perfumer, is doing it still. So he can give us some good stuff. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. As I said, do let me know if you're a fan of the Mugler Amen line. If you've tried Stellar, what are your thoughts about the Phantasm? Have you tried Angel Stellar, and what do you think about Angel Phantasm? Add some comments below. And thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.